Exiting the Underdark. Hey there, adventurers. Welcome back to another epic tale from our D&D campaign. Today, we're taking you on a thrilling journey as our heroes make their way out of the treacherous Underdark. Grab your snacks, sit back, and let's dive right in. Emergence from darkness. The screen fades in on a moonlit forest clearing, shadows dancing under the canopy of ancient trees. Just outside a yawning cavern entrance, our heroes emerge from the depths. Leading the way is Ragnar, the deadly elf ranger, his keen eyes scanning the surroundings. Behind him are Alistair, the hulking human paladin in his shining armor, and Reagan, the stalwart human warrior. Aether, the dwarf war priest with his mighty battle axe, steps forward alongside Thomas, the human cleric gripping his long-handled hammer. Theo, the scholarly human mage, adjusts his robes, while Alana, the agile elf thief, slips silently beside him. Snagger, the beardless dwarf warrior, brings up the rear. Trailing closely are the four rock-seer elves, pale, slender figures who've never seen the surface world. Darfayen, the fierce female warrior, shields her eyes from the unfamiliar glow. Charmenderon, the priest in red robes, gazes in wonder. Frowen, the male wizard with his braided white hair, and Covinia, the ethereal elf princess, step tentatively onto the grass. The rock-seers marvel at the towering trees, the rustling leaves, the very feel of the cool night air on their skin. It's a world they've only dreamed of. An unexpected reunion. Suddenly, the serene moment is broken. Ragnar is tackled to the ground by a massive blur of fur. A giant grizzly bear bursts from the bushes, rises on its hind legs, and playfully pounces on him. It's Pook, Ragnar's loyal companion. Laughter erupts as Ragnar embraces his furry friend, the two greeting each other with pure joy. The Rockseers step back in alarm, eyes wide. But as they watch the heartfelt reunion, their fear melts into fascination. Our heroes explain the special bond between the ranger and his bear. The tension eases, and smiles spread across faces as the Rockseers witness this unexpected display of friendship through the enchanted forest. With spirits high, the group ventures deeper into the forest. The Rockseers are captivated. They touch the rough bark of trees, inhale the scent of wildflowers, and listen to the melodic chorus of nocturnal creatures. Tiny fireflies flicker around them like floating lanterns. Every step is a new discovery, and the forest seems alive with magic. Arrival at the Keep of Heroes. As dawn approaches, they reach a clearing where a majestic structure stands, once the broken spire keep, now proudly bearing a new sign, Keep of Heroes. The walls have been restored, banners flap gently in the breeze, and the gate welcomes them warmly. Inside, they find comfort and rest. The Rockseers are introduced to the concept of a home, a place of safety and camaraderie. They settle into cozy rooms, resting under solid roofs for the first time. Journey to the high forest. After a restful day, our heroes and the Rockseers set out toward the gray elf community in the high forest of Shem. The 4-day journey is peaceful. Sunlight filters through the leaves, casting dappled patterns on the ground. Squirrels chatter from branches, and deer watch curiously from afar. A grand feast. Upon reaching the elven community, they're greeted with open arms. The elves have prepared a magnificent feast. Tables are laden with fruits, breads, and delicacies of the forest. Music fills the air, a harmonious blend of flutes, harps, and elven voices. Dancers weave intricate patterns, their movements as fluid as the wind. For several weeks, the festivities continue, a celebration of new friendships and shared stories. Ragnar and Alana, feeling a deep connection, decide to remain with the elves for a while, immersing themselves in the rich culture and traditions. Farewells and new beginnings. Meanwhile, Reagan, Theo, Thomas, Alistair, Snagger, and Aether know their journey isn't over. With heartfelt goodbyes, they prepare to head back to Milbourne in Heronshire. Backpacks secured and weapons at the ready, they step onto the path that will lead them through unknown perils. The road ahead is uncertain, but their resolve is unwavering. The Necromancer's Charm. As the sun sets on the first day, the shadows deepen. From the darkness, an ominous figure appears, a necromancer cleric with malevolent intent. He casts a sinister spell, and suddenly the heroes' eyes glaze over. One by one, they turn against each other, weapons drawn. Only Theo resists, his mind shielded by his arcane knowledge. Theo's intervention. Thinking quickly, Theo levitates above the chaos, rising 20 feet into the air. He casts a spell, covering the ground beneath his companions with slick ice, while simultaneously blinding them with a burst of light. The camp becomes a whirlwind of slipping, stumbling heroes, their aggression momentarily halted, breaking the spell. As the necromancer steps forward, a wicked grin on his face, the heroes begin to shake off the charm. Reagan notches 2 arrows, while Aether hurls a spear. Both projectiles shimmer and deflect off an invisible barrier, a magical shield. The necromancer starts weaving another spell, the earth itself rumbling as dark energy gathers. Counterattack. Not today, Thomas shouts, raising his hammer. He calls upon his deity and casts Dispel Magic. The necromancer's shield flickers and fades, his spell interrupted. Aether charges, sword gleaming. Alistair, Snagger, and Reagan scramble off the icy ground, determination in their eyes. From above, Theo prepares another spell, eyes locked on their foe. The necromancer's downfall. The necromancer, desperate, unleashes a flame strike upon Aether. The dwarf staggers but remains standing, his armor scorched. Theo releases a barrage of magic missiles that slam into the necromancer. Thomas adds his own flame strike, fire roaring from the sky. United, the warriors close in. Swords flash, and with a final strike, the necromancer falls. But victory is short-lived as 6 zombie orcs crawl from the shadows. Aether steps forward, clutching his holy symbol. A burst of divine light erupts, and the undead creatures implode into dust. The basilisk encounter. The following evening, the forest grows eerily quiet. 4 basilisks slither into the camp, fearsome creatures with 8 legs, razorback spines, and eyes that can turn flesh to stone. Snagger spots them first. "We've got company," he warns, but it's too late. He meets a basilisk's gaze and is instantly petrified. Battle with the basilisks. "Don't look them in the eyes," Reagan shouts. He and Alistair engage blindly, relying on peripheral vision. Alistair charges but is engulfed by the basilisk's toxic breath, collapsing lifelessly. Reagan raises his shield, imbued with a continual light spell, and the bright light blinds the basilisks. Backing away, he trips over Alistair's body. In his moment of distraction, he accidentally locks eyes with a basilisk and is turned to stone beside his fallen comrade. Aether and Thomas refuse to yield. Side by side, they battle the beasts. Aether's axe cleaves through the air, while Thomas calls upon divine powers. Together, they slay 2 basilisks. From a safe distance, Theo casts spells, finishing off the remaining creatures. The silence that follows is heavy with grief. Theo retrieves a scroll and casts stone to flesh on Reagan, reviving him. They carefully move Snagger's stone form, vowing to restore him. Alistair's still body serves as a solemn reminder of their losses. The aboleth. Choosing to forego rest, the weary heroes press on. The shadows seem to stretch longer, and the forest becomes a labyrinth of twisting paths. Without warning, a massive shape emerges from a murky pond beside the path. An aboleth rises, its translucent, slimy skin reflecting the moonlight, tentacles writhing. Its 3 eyes, one atop the other, fixate on them with ancient malice. The last stand. "Stay sharp," Theo shouts. Aether and Reagan ready their weapons. The aboleth lashes out with its tentacles, but the heroes dodge expertly. Thomas brandishes his hammer, channeling sacred energy into a searing bolt of light. Theo weaves a complex spell, sending bolts of arcane force into the creature. The battle is fierce, but fueled by determination and the memory of their fallen friends, they emerge victorious as the aboleth collapses with a thundering crash. Return to Milbourne. At long last, the towering wooden walls of Milbourne rise before them. Guards peer down cautiously, but recognition sparks. "Open the gates. The heroes have returned." The immense gates creak open, and the weary adventurers step inside. Their first stop is the temple. The healers work tirelessly. Alistair is resurrected, gasping as life returns to him. Snagger is restored from stone to flesh, shaking off the residual stiffness. There's relief, gratitude, and a deep appreciation for the fragility of life. Tales and toasts. That evening, the tavern buzzes with energy. Snagger and Aether reunite with Grizzler, a grizzled dwarf warrior known for his hearty laugh and ever-present jug of ale. The trio share grand tales of valor, each story more exaggerated than the last, much to everyone's amusement. Seeking solace and knowledge. Thomas retreats to the temple's quiet sanctuary, reflecting on the journey and offering prayers. Theo visits his mentor Tauster, eager to exchange insights and delve into new arcane studies. Knowledge is power, after all. News and responsibilities. Reagan meets with the town's notable figures. He recounts their harrowing experiences, ensuring that tales of both triumphs and losses are shared. He speaks with Andrin and his father, delivering the difficult news about Jeleneth being taken deeper into the Underdark. Their faces fall, but there's a glimmer of hope, knowing she's still alive. The heroes reunited. Just as the sun begins to set, Ragnar and Alana ride into town. They reunite with their comrades amidst cheers and embraces. Stories flow freely as they recount their time in the elven community, the knowledge gained, and the peace they found. Planning the next adventure. Gathered around a large table in the tavern, the full party spreads out maps and scrolls. The Underdark awaits, Ether says gravely. They discuss strategies, potential allies, and the challenges that lie ahead. Laughter mingles with serious conversation as plans take shape. They know the risks, but their bond is strong, and their purpose is clear. Bonds forged in battle. The camera pans over the group, smiling faces, battle-worn gear, and an unbreakable spirit. These are not just heroes, they're family. They raise their glasses high. To us, to what we've overcome and what's yet to come. Fade to anticipation. As the night deepens, they step outside. The moon casts a silvery glow over Milbourne. The adventure continues, and with hearts full of hope, they look toward the horizon. The screen fades, leaving viewers with a sense of excitement for the next chapter.